Often people come to me and they tell me that the crime they're accused of, they've actually committed it. That's always an interesting problem. It doesn't happen as much as you think. Even when people are guilty, they don't seem to want to admit things. But on the occasion where I have somebody that's come to me and said, hey, I'm accused of this horrible, heinous thing. I did it. What do I need to do to get this over with? I'm ready to pay my price. At the law office of Tad Nelson, we can do a few things. The first thing we need to do, literally see what the government can prove. That's the one thing about a trial. It's not necessarily always what happened, it's what the government can prove. The government is responsible to prove every element of crime beyond a reasonable doubt. In a sex case, you have to make sure they dot every I and cross every T. Here's how this works. I have to see what the government knows. I have to look at all the discovery, which is all the evidence they have, its recordings, its offense reports, what have you. And we have to make sure if the government can prove their case. If the government can prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, we have a real situation. We have to talk about what's the best way to handle that. There's several ways. We can take it and we could plead guilty and let a jury punish us. We could plead guilty and let the judge punish us, or we could negotiate a deal and whatever they come up with, accept that. And that happens a lot. When you're going to have a punishment hearing on a sex case, the way you'd have to handle this is you would have to get all the witnesses that can basically come in. You're basically throwing yourself on the sword. You're saying, I did this horrible, heinous thing. I should be punished for it. However, I'm bringing in all these people to tell you what kind of human being I've been, but for this horrible thing I've done. And hopefully, if you're doing that, you'll have a bunch of family, a bunch of relatives, a bunch of people you've worked with, people you grew up with that can say, despite this horrible thing you did, that you have lived a pretty good life. And even though you deserve to be punished, you don't deserve to be, locked under the jail. And that's just how we would defend this.